Welcome to Retireholics, Episode 8.
PC on me, PC on 3. 1, 2, 3.
PC!
Alright, Chad, kick us off with opening up the beer of the episode.
We've got Knee Deep Brewing Company. Started in Nevada, operating out of Auburn. Never tried one of their beers, so being who it is. First
Am I
time
here
for
to
everything.
pour my own beer?
You are here to pour
I
your
thought
own beer.
Chad was a bartender.
Wait.
I've got Hoptologist DIPA.
I've got Breaking Bud.
Yeah. Lupulin River? Lupulin? We should all mention that you notice there's only 3 here.
I was going to say,
What's that?
What about Mark?
There's 3 here because Mark is on a
Why is
no
Mark not
beer
drinking
binge.
beer? Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
Mark is drinking Buzzball Tequila Rita. I should mention it's 20% alcohol by volume.
I didn't know you could be a retireholic and not drink beer.
Well, I just want to specify for the record, happy 2016 to all you guys. It's not both of them. This was not my decision to drink this. And I just taking a little break from beer. No big deal, 30 days,
Right,
little
cheers.
challenge.
Cheers,
So retireholics, we're
This
gonna
looks
head
like-
on over to the couch.
Like those little tablets you dissolve when you
Airborne.
It looks like that.
Key to my life.
All right, let's head on over. Get started on episode 8.
Oh, we're not bringing the beers.
No, we're not bringing beer.
Is that hard, Mark?
They're not a sponsor.
A little tough for you to
so-
take?
Okay, it's called Buzzball, alright? And you poured 2 of them in there.
I thought we were going to
You
talk
should drink beer with the
a
Retireholics.
little bit about the personal
It's probably better if I drink beer at
stuff
this
while
point.
we were over there. I was going to bring up the fact that we played golf at Pebble Beach Resort, Spanish Bay yesterday.
That wasn't golf. That was.
What was that?
in the pouring down rain and 25-mile-an-hour gusty
Leverage.
winds. Did it stop raining all day? Not
Yes,
really.
At the
Maybe
18th
yeah,
hole.
when we came in the clubhouse.
When I smashed that perfect drive on 18 because it didn't matter at that
I
point.
can't believe you're bragging when Justin and I actually won the match play tournament for the day. and you're
Because
claiming
you did
stuff.
all the work.
Hey, 2 holes.
Justin held the umbrella? That
No
counts.
umbrella.
Welcome,
Shyness clubs.
financial advisors, strategic partners, and anyone else that stumbled upon Retireholics episode
Thank
number 8.
Yes.
Um,
Shout out to Mike Weaver.
Mike Weaver. I want to first tell you or describe to you what this is all about. So, Retireholics is our version of a boring corporate webinar. So, kind of the concept here is you're going to go listen to some 45-minute financial institution webinar with a slide deck that talks about glide paths and equity exposure or this or that. Why not come have a couple beers, hang out with us, and learn some of the same things, right? That's what Retireholics is about. Okay, so welcome to episode number 8.
8.
Season 2.
Season 2.
I never thought we'd
Congratulations,
get this
fellas.
far, but what I'd like to do is do a quick review of 2015 since this is our kickoff to season 2. So do me a favor, and Justin, Mark, Chad, tell me about your highlight or your favorite moment from the 2015 season.
I think there's only one clear leader. I'm sure we have a lot of follow-ups, but it's definitely Chad getting tased.
I think
So-
the lead into me getting tased was better than the actual tase part itself
No, but as
for
JD
me.
said, I kind of jumped the gun a little too quick.
If you haven't seen that,
You were
that's
super
episode
nice
7
about
in the
that
very
one.
beginning. Tad gets tased for his lack of knowledge
Wait, hold
on
on.
loansy
You keep saying
distribution.
tase, but
It is
it's a
stun.
It's a
stun
stun gun. I wanted to be tased.
Is it here today or no?
We just couldn't find anybody who would tase me. Maybe sometime we can convince an officer to tase
We
me. at
found
some
out that
point.
was slightly illegal or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Mark?
I was going to say, I have a few, but one that stands out in my mind. It's not a particular moment per se. Well, there was a moment on the show, but filming live at Aviar Golf Course was a lot of fun. Just
That
was cool.
being in it was great weather, great day.
there you go.
We didn't get to play golf that day, and I drank Ensure, so that wasn't great. But that element of being outdoors,
That was
and
cool.
that was a lot of fun.
And we'll probably do something like that in season 2 for sure.
I bet.
If
we
not
will.
at that very same event.
We should have tried to film yesterday in the monsoon that we played in.
That wouldn't have
would've
worked
been
out.
interesting. That
Chad,
would've been
favorite moment from season 1?
Well, we all know what my favorite moment wasn't, which was getting shocked.
You enjoyed every minute.
I did enjoy every single minute of it. Probably was starting the episode when Mark was still working in his office.
Are they
You
looking
guys
to get the
seriously
first
start without me?
We did.
Oh,
here,
come
let me open this
on.
for you.
Only because it really did bother him as much as he downplayed it. It struck a nerve a little bit.
Because I get awkward once in a while, so it just felt like, this isn't good. Not a good start. So thanks, guys.
Great start for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're
The
talking
look on your
about.
face when you came out was priceless.
You guys
didn't
started without
think
me?
we actually started.
How's that even possible?
Was I annoyed or was I just really sad? I mean, that hurt my feelings.
Probably, since there was a time during the year where you thought the show should be called Markaholics.
I
so.
still firmly believe that. So anybody watching who wants us to amend our name to, which way is it to go? Markaholics. Please write in. Let
Always
us know.
making the editor do stuff. That's not
Yeah.
cool. Not cool at all.
I love that.
My
have
favorite
you
moment-
noticed though that 401k jargon is part of their life now? He uses the word amend when talking about
I did that on
changing the
purpose.
name.
See what I did there?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
My
Saw it.
favorite part of season 1, 2015, and I mean this, was when the editor made Paul Carlson's head come up and his mouth was open to the words that he was talking. When I saw that, I was pretty excited. That
We
was
were going down
awesome.
the right path at that point.
And I definitely want to make sure that in 2016 we get the Better Call Paul segment
Yeah.
in there, and I gotta have the.
Can we
graphic
just
with the mouth.
say with that element, but just in general, the editor of our show is leaps and bounds better than what we do, and thanks to him, the show is what it is.
Hats off to Brandon
Yeah.
for making
Hats
a good
off
show.
to you,
See,
Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's,
You want to try this, don't you?
I do kind of.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of us said Mark's endings.
Well, I was
Yeah.
about, but I knew we only were
Oh my
allowed
Or
one
Chad's
highlight.
beer exploding.
But I
yeah.
was just so you
Woo!
brought that up. I was gonna say, well, I really like the way Mark ended a lot of the shows,
Yeah.
especially the one that I've talked about before, where he says it's a repetitive cycle. Taking advisors to golf, beating them, winning the hat back from them. I remember, but that was
that's good.
definitely a highlight.
The offer still stands. By the
As
way.
as we look back on 2015 and season 1, let's look forward into 2016 and season 2. We've got some great ideas. We're gonna stick to a lot of the same segments that we use. So we're, like I mentioned, definitely gonna have Better Call Paul. We're always gonna have our Wheel of Ice, and good luck to you on that, Mark, in the new year.
Thank you.
We are going to continue on with the Quiz of Death, and you will play an integral part of the Quiz of Death. But we're also going to add some new segments, one of which we're calling hashtag Not Your Typical Advisor.
I'm excited about that.
And
Yeah.
this is going to be several segments throughout the year where we talk about advisors building a better business practice, right?
Yep.
Cool things like, perfecting the modern day elevator pitch, which we don't really call elevator pitch anymore, but a quick, 15 words or less or 30 seconds or less pitch of what they do, how to build a one-page brochure, a more in-depth services agreement or company overview, I should say, how to hold successful events, and things like that. So we're super excited.
Yeah, I think the
about-
goal is let's break down those pieces to building a practice into, 6-7 segments and really deliver something that they can utilize.
And hopefully it's got a PDC / Retireholics spin on it, in that it's not the same type of information that you're going to get from everyone else out there in the industry, which is why we
Right.
call it.
Not
Do your
typical-
hashtag thing.
Not your
Hashtag.
typical advisor. Well, I think it's really taking advantage of what we've done here as a TPA, right? So we've tried to break the mold and stand out, and the success we've had with that, and we get questioned about it often by advisors, and I think now we can push back a little bit and say, hey, if we can both come in and have that approach
Together.
be very atypical, if you will, I think it's going to work out great, and we're just going to
Yeah.
work that much better as a team, and I think for their practice, it's just going to set them apart.
Cool. So that's going to be fun. We look forward to that. One other new segment we're going to do is we're going to call it the 411K. I don't know. Hopefully our editor will create some cool logo or whatever.
I think it
And
goes.
the 411K is about current events within the retirement plan industry, things that are happening now that we can share with our audience. And so today, let's kick it off with the 411.
Okay.
And let's talk about the volatility, or can I call it volatility when every day is down?
It's not every day
the going
down.
down of the stock market,
Just the last 5 days.
spiral that we've
It was up on
experienced.
Friday.
No, it wasn't.
And there's been very few days, but there's been a few. But it has been the worst start to a year, I've been told, in the
8%.
history of the world.
Yeah, 8% in the first 2 weeks, and that's never happened.
And I think we're at beyond a 10% loss after today. Today's January 20th.
Yep.
And the stock market was down over 500 points
Yeah.
this morning. It's bounced back a little bit since then. But okay,
Bullet Jim
So-
Cramer. Bye. I'm just kidding.
markets are down. Markets are volatile. This is an opportunity for financial advisors in a huge way. A lot of them know this if they do personal money management, but let's fixate on retirement plan advisory work, okay? And some of the same analogies apply. So when markets are down or volatile, this is a great time to use retention with your clients, right? Be proactive with your clients. Reach out to them. Let them know that you're available to answer questions and to help them, right? So that's rule number one.
Think about it from your client's perspective. What is happening in their day-to-day operations of their K plan right now? The returns are doing this, and employees are doing this. And they're asking questions. And so for advisors to reach out and be a resource for those plan sponsors and say, hey, send your questions my way, or even what I see many of them do right now, which is effective, is to produce one of the deliverables that their broker-dealer will provide regarding what's happening in the market,
Yeah.
and send that on to the plan sponsor and say, hey, forward this out to your participants, and my contact information's at the bottom in case they want to chat.
Whatever it is, stay proactive.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of your competitors are not.
Yep.
Which brings us to the second point is this is a great prospecting opportunity.
Yeah.
When the markets are unstable or spiraling down, this is the time that you get out there on your prospecting horse, so to speak, knock on those doors, make those phone calls, revisit the people that you talked to in the past, because the bottom line is they're susceptible now, right? They're need help.
And they're interested. Often when the market's doing well, we're creating the interest by finding hooks, right? I mean, we're trying to find education or service or fiduciary responsibility, something to really hook them and get them excited about reviewing their plan. Now
doing it
they're
for them.
interested
Yeah.
because the market is volatile. It's moving.
Yeah, I have made the analogy before that if you made 10 cold calls, a year ago, or in a period when the markets are somewhat stable or going up, and you get 10 no's, if you called those 10 prospects in a down market or a volatile market, you'd probably get 2 or 3 of them to say, actually, I do want you to come down and talk to me because I haven't heard from my existing advisor. And here's the next thing is that, and this is no offense to plan sponsors or human resources people or CFOs or the people in charge, but many times they're uneducated. I shouldn't say uneducated. They're
Unaware.
they just don't understand retirement plans and investments that well.
Right.
And so when the stock market's down huge, they tend to blame it on their vendor and or the actual mutual funds they have. As an example, I've heard clients say, geez, these John Hancock target date funds really suck, or these Fidelity funds really suck, when all of those types of asset classes are struggling. Now, so I say that under the premise that if they're not so sure how that stuff works, and you can take advantage of it by getting in and being proactive and teaching them some stuff.
By the way, my
It's a good
S&P
opportunity.
fund really sucks.
Right.
Yeah,
My S&P,
exactly.
My S&P index fund is performing horribly
It's-
lately. Can I?
It's so relevant right now. We drove up this morning, the 3 of us sitting in the car listening to CNBC was on, and we
Not
had
by choice, by the way.
I was driving, so that's
What did you
why.
want to listen to?
Just some good music.
Probably Phil
you know,
Collins,
Phil
right?
Collins, maybe.
I don't think
Radio.
music has actually been on in my car in like 5 years, probably.
What
Justin
it is,
does
it's
Phil
the
Collins.
Coffee, it's the
It's
coffee
coffee.
house.
So I have visited
Or
Justin
like
on a few
classical.
occasions. down in Southern California, and he takes me around in his car to meetings, and I can attest that he has Phil Collins' Pandora on.
Oh, yeah, I did. I
You
set
did.
that up for this guy.
Let me
Sorry,
finish that thought. CNBC brought on an analyst to specifically talk about what people should be doing right now in a volatile market. And the topic that our ears all perked up while we were chatting was, he said what 401k investors should be doing. And his whole thing is, well, he used some different terminology, but he's saying that you need to keep investing because it's about dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
He wasn't using the terms, but that's what he was trying to get
Don't
after.
stop putting money in.
No, so it's a relevant topic right now in terms of the 411k. This is relevant. People are talking about it, so you're selling yourself short if you're not spending time reaching out to prospects, reaching out to people that you talked to within the last 12 months that maybe you didn't get a full opportunity to go in and spend time with. Now is the time to knock on those doors.
So why is the mindset always been, especially for participants too, when in a down market, just freeze, sell or whatnot, instead of not looking at as an opportunity to be like, hey, costs are
Fear.
so
Yeah,
much
they get
lower.
scared. They get scared, man.
Well,
And-
and understanding, like JD said, I mean, it's fear number one. They're looking at their balance doing this, and number two, they don't understand the concept behind dollar cost averaging, and so their thought is, I should be putting less in right now because things are bad.
Or moving it all to fixed or cash or something like
Also
that.
understand that people live with the kind of a scrutiny of Wall Street too. That your typical worker in America doesn't necessarily trust Wall Street, and so as soon as the stock market starts to go down in a big way,
Pulling
their
it out.
fears get escalated. You know, they think things.
Right.
Are
Well,
Rightfully
let's,
so.
I was going to say, they've been through it. Some people have, and maybe they didn't have the correct reaction in 08, so they're taking kind of a proactive approach to say, I'm just going to do it now, pull out. I don't know, right? It's all reactive.
Anyways, our viewers know this as advisors and industry
Better than
people. I
us.
mean,
Yeah. That's why
if
they
you-
need to be talking to
Yeah.
their advisor. That's
pulling
the
out
key
in that
here.
type of scenario can create a lot of problems
Yeah.
because you don't know when to get back in. But
So wrapping that thing into a nice bubble is now is a great time to
Top
to
dip.
do some marketing, to do some client retention, to spend time thinking about these things. And that's the point of this segment, is to really find something relevant that's going on right now that can make an impact in your day-to-day business life.
yeah, volatile markets. Work on being proactive with your existing clients and
Yeah.
get out there in the.
Well, let's be honest. Right now, they're busy responding to some of
the
these
private
fears.
wealth folks? Oh my goodness.
But at the same time, if you have the ability to, try to get in front of
Good
new
point.
people.
That's a good
This is
point.
the time to get new clients. It's time for everyone's
Start that
favorite
over.
part of the show, the Wheel of Ice. I'm not going to sing it because I've noticed the editor has already clipped my singing.
Come on,
and added the Wheel of Ice, the Wheel of Ice, the Wheel of Ice. All right, let's spin it, hand.
Spin.
Oh, by the way, when we get this result, I'd like the camera to focus in and show that our names are indeed on the wheel.
That looked like
All names are on the
tight,
wheel.
close stop there.
Who is it?
It's on
It
Mark.
looks like it's in Mark's area.
Mark
I think
Loss
it
again.
might be in Mark's region somewhere in
And
there.
do they have a Smirnoff Ice ready to go?
No, I've got my buzz
Where's
ball.
the
I'm gonna
hand?
It's
pound
all the way.
this.
Oh, there we go. We got one right over here.
Can you at least assist me with
Mark, do you
opening?
purchase these and have them at your house yet?
Oh, I invest in Smirnoff Ice.
As you should.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not me.
And yes, I have a whole refrigerator full of
Last
Smirnoff
time-
Ice.
I think I trailed you guys by at least 20 seconds
Yeah.
or more.
Which, by
Can
the
we-
way, if we're going back to our favorite clips of 15, that's
Oh,
definitely.
Wait, we were
one.
talking.
Start drinking while we talk. The idea is you drink when we
hold on.
talk.
We were talking over under for the NFC and AFC championship game, so maybe just an over under of how fast I can do this.
Let's say
'cause
7 seconds.
I can't do that. I'll go over.
Okay,
I'm gonna say
12. Let's say
12
12
seconds.
seconds. Here we go.
1,
I got it right here.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gotta open your throat. 10, 11. Oh, 12, 13.
Finish strong.
That's right on it.
Finish strong.
I gotta say, JD, I was timing the entire time, and you were every time they hit the second. Boom.
Nice. I got skills.
Hey, Mark.
Pay the bills.
Okay.
Very good, very good, Mark.
It's
Very
getting
good.
more and more difficult with your
Guess what,
old
you get
age, isn't it?
margarita.
Much better than I can do.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can move that bottle over there somewhere or toss it
I
out
gotcha.
into the audience.
Like some target date funds, I've become more conservative as I've gone through
Very
my
good,
life.
very good.
Whereas you drink mixed
two rather
drinks.
than-
The next segment, and this
It's
is
a watered
one
down
that's even
margarita.
part of our marketing material. We call it Get to Know PDC. Kind of smashed
Who
together
dat?
in one word. The two being a numeric, if you will, to keep it cool. And this will be a segment where we won't do it all the time, but a small advertisement of our firm. And I'd like to say maybe not an advertisement so much as just kind of letting our audience check in with some of the
reminder.
things that we're doing around here, some things that have changed. It could be we've hired a new employee. It could be we've come out with something new that you guys are talking to advisors about. But today, what I'd like to do is combine it with what we call our 3 pillars. We're still calling them pillars until we can come up with a better word for that.
We've been struggling with that for
I know.
a couple of years
We
now.
call them factors, pillars, 3 things. But it's what differentiates
3
PDC
things.
from our
That's what we should
competition.
roll with.
3 things.
Just 3 little things.
And they're called Easy Speak, Edutainment, and Advisor Love. We're not going to bore our audience with all 3 today, but I want to talk a little bit about edutainment and Easy Speak as we discuss a current thing that we're doing around here, and most TPAs are doing, which is our census collection.
It's
That
the worst
sounds
time of year
so
for almost
sexy.
every 401k plan in the industry.
This is January, and this is when most plans are calendar year-end plans, where we are reaching out to these clients, and all TPAs are saying, "Hey, we need your stuff to do our compliance work. We need your census, and we need you to answer a bunch of these questions about your company, so we can do good work."
Help me help you, right?
Help me help you.
That's
Well-
the funniest thing you've ever said. Cheers.
We-
I was waiting for you to say it, figuring like this is a Mark comment
We-
right here.
Here at
I'm trying to be
PDC,
respectful.
one, and I don't want to get too long-winded with this, but a lot of time and effort and thought from our staff went into developing a process that's very easy and efficient and user-friendly. And that might sound kind of cliche, but I want our audience to know that we stopped on a lot of things, put ourselves in the shoes of the clients and said, what's the best way to go about this? How do we make this question easier for them? How can we make this technology, because we use online technology for the PRQ, the plan reporting questionnaire should be thrown around.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people say they make things easier. You hear that used a lot. You said it cliche, but this is really
It
easy.
is.
I mean,
We've gotten a lot of feedback.
yeah, the feedback.
and
I
we-
went through it. I loved it. I'm talking about it a lot.
We broke it down to its core too, which is what do we need to do our job, which is what we've been hired to do, and then how can we gather that information in a painless, efficient fashion and an enjoyable. I mean, it's hard to say enjoy
Well-
giving us census and
Well, compared to what they're used to, right?
well, that's
And
that's
so-
the key.
So let's
compared to
talk
the rest of the
about
world.
Easy Speak with that and what we did, and we talked about this earlier, but in our request for it, which is via email, we did use fun, we did use humor. We kicked it off with a, "Hey, happy New Year! It's a new year. You're probably all set to lose weight, eat more healthy, go to the gym and work
Stop
out." And we
drinking
said,
beer.
right. And we said, how about adding census completion to that list, and used other humor throughout that request. And I want you guys to know that as the reminders go out, because not all clients get it back right away,
What?
our reminders that go out are very fun and friendly. So instead of what a classic TPA would write is saying, "Hey, we sent this to you in January. Our records show that you haven't returned it.
deadline.
Deadlines could apply. Penalties could apply. You need to get this back." Bold, all caps, underline, kind of intimidating stuff.
Probably
Ours,
in Times New Roman, italics, bold.
right? What fonts do
Like,
we
what
use?
font is that?
We
I
use
don't
friendly
even
stuff
know.
I
like
guarantee you
Verdana.
that you all have thought about what font we
have.
That's
sure.
how far we take it.
But our reminders are very fun. They actually poke fun at ourselves as retirement plan administrators, saying, "Here we are again, your pesky TPA, bothering you, for this." So we poke fun at it. We try to put a smile on their face, and we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from it. So
Yeah, and I would
happy questioneering. That's the end. That's my favorite
happy
part.
questioning. And I'll take it even a step further, is that the response has been stronger than it's ever been. I mean, you guys have
True.
enhanced this process last few
true
years.
dat, true dat.
And that's
Chad.
because of how easy you've made it. It's not only is the content and the
You're
way
right.
it's delivered good, but we've made it intuitive, it's simple, and that's led to much greater response, which allows us to get data back and results back to clients sooner and make us all more efficient. I'll give you one more example before we jump off this topic. I was on a conversation with an advisor this week, and he was looking through our retainer, which is our service agreement, once we've agreed to proceed with a client. And it was interesting because the first 9 pages are about legalese, and he said I could tell the first 9 pages were written by the legal team, but that second to last page is clearly written by the sales team, because it's all easy speak. That second to last page, and it's fun and it's exciting.
team.
We have a legal
Paul
team.
Carlson.
Yeah, right.
But it's going back to easy speak, and how even in something as dry as maybe a service agreement, we can really change the way people feel about a document or a process or a service by just talking to folks like we're having this type of conversation.
That's a full beer.
Well, fact of the matter is, I think we back up what we say by what we actually put out there. We're not just saying, "Hey, we're super easy, super simple here, and here's a 38-page PDF for you to fill out." No, it truly is part of what we've done to become not your typical TPA.
We're even making webinars easy.
Well,
Damn
I mean,
straight.
let's wrap on that a little bit. I mean, what's edutainment? We talked about easy speak. You're kind of looking at edutainment. This is our version of a webinar. That's what edutainment is. We're trying to entertain our partners at the same time, and we're going to communicate with our clients in a similar fashion. It might not include beer,
Probably shouldn't.
but it'll include some fun. It'll put a smile on their face, and like you said, trying to make them enjoy the
This is
401k
a much
plan.
better overall
We're getting
plan
service
experience.
over
This
here.
is service.
JD,
in
you've
front of you.
officially put Frihole to sleep, by the way.
Sorry.
He's been
Well-
sleeping from the start.
I think we need to incorporate a
We're actually going to go into the wrap-up of the show while Chad and I have completely full beers.
Cheers again, buddy.
So this is episode number 8, the first one of season 2.
Dose.
The Retireholics, changing the 401k industry one beer at a time. Good. All right.
I
We're
think
good.
we all end with 1 beer at a time.
Do that next time.
We'll get our flow.
Real quick, this is a limited time offer. Like, you have 30 seconds to react to this. There will be a number on the bottom of the screen, or a website, or a Twitter handle, or I don't know what's going to happen here because my editor is going to do something. This picture, if you want this in your office, me, every day, look at, I would want it. You want this up, and we will autograph it. All 4 Retireholics. Mark, I don't know the other guy's 3 names. So if you want me to autograph it and you want it in your office, $29.95. That's literally, we're losing money by selling this to you. If you want it, call, email, what have you. Order it. Jesus, what are you waiting for? Just